The Ron Foley Foundation, building awareness and raising money for research and education for pancreatic cancer. That mission carried out every year during the annual Ron's Run for the Roses. Serving as the honorary medical chair at their 10th event this year is Dr. Peter Yu, physician-in-chief of the Hartford Healthcare Institute. It's great to have you with us, Dr. Yu.
Good morning, Jocelyn.
Tell us more about Ron Foley.
Ron Foley was a well-known member of the community in the Hartford area for many years. Unfortunately, he passed away about 12 years ago from pancreatic cancer. His memory lives on with his friends and family who've done this wonderful event to bring the community together, to honor Ron's memory, but also to continue the fight against cancer and to represent all patients with cancer.
And the event is this Saturday.
It's this Saturday in Simsbury, which I saw as your feature town today.
Yes, it is.
It's over at the Foley Farm. An equestrian event, and the tie-in is to the Kentucky Derby. It's Kentucky Derby Day.
And it's an exciting time because you just told me something really wonderful that's going on linked to this event.
Yeah, it was interesting. I asked Barbara why they linked to Kentucky Derby, and she said it was sort of spontaneous. They were having some friends over on Derby Day, had a little friendly betting going on, and the person who won the $100 pot turned to Barbara and said, "Donate this to fighting cancer." And with that idea, they decided, let's form a foundation, let's form an annual event, let's do it on Derby Day, and so that's the theme.
And you have a proclamation.
Well, this is their 10th anniversary. This is a really big event. We expect over 500 people to show up. They raised over $300,000 last year, and it's their 10th anniversary. So I kind of thought, after listening to Barbara about how this started, that maybe it'd be nice if we could form a connection with Kentucky. So I contacted the governor's office in Kentucky and explained the background of this event and how it's so important to the community. And they said, sure, we'll issue a proclamation honoring the Ron Foley Foundation for the great work they've done and their tie into the Kentucky Derby.
And it is important for the community because the money goes into research. Thousands of people are diagnosed with pancreatic cancer, and it's a troubling diagnosis for many because survival rate is so low.
Yes. And this foundation, like many of these grassroots foundations, what I really like and appreciate about them is that they put the money back into the community, back into the state of Connecticut to help with education of patients and families, education of healthcare providers, and to promote research against pancreatic cancer. What
is the latest when it comes to pancreatic cancer regarding research?
Pancreatic cancer is still becoming the last man standing in the fight against cancer. You know, if you look at it today, almost 70% of Americans who are diagnosed with cancer will be alive 5 years after diagnosis. But for pancreatic cancer, it remains below 10%. We have a long way to go. We have a lot of new tools now in immunotherapy and genomics against cancer. We have a lot of hope for this, and it's really time to double down our bets, if you will, on Kentucky Derby Day in the fight against pancreatic cancer.
Is the focus on medication? Where is it at this point?
The focus is on medication and treatments. It's a notoriously difficult cancer to diagnose early enough, and it's in a very difficult location to operate on. So really the focus is on medications such as chemotherapy or our new immunotherapy drugs.
The event Saturday, not sold out quite yet, almost.
Not quite sold out, getting there, but there's still opportunity. We've heard from the weather forecaster we're going to have great weather that day. Joe Fury is going to be the master of ceremonies as well, so we have him on our side.
Okay, and if they want more information, go on to which website?
Yeah, it's called ronsrun.org.
Excellent. Dr. Yu, thank you so much for being here.
You're very welcome, Jocelyn.